Hi everyone, it's Liz from Crafting with Nani. If you see that red live button, that means we're live. And if it's not, that means you're watching a replay. If you can do the hashtag replay, then Mr. FB will let me know and I can say hi to you. So how is everybody's Monday? I hope everybody had an awesome Mother's Day. We're gonna continue working on our ranch journal and get that all done. I'm gonna see if I can find myself on my laptop, which lately has been craziness to try and find. So I'm just gonna see if I can find me and if I can manage to see, hey, there's comments, hey, there's hearts for everybody, woohoo! So I hope everybody had fun. I had a good Mother's Day. It was great. So I am going to, hi Amy, hi Lori, hi Mary. The comments are, it started to show on my laptop and it went away. Hi Dee, thank you for coming in. And Mary, how is everybody doing? Let's go ahead and bring the camera down. And let's see if I can still give some more hearts for people coming in. There's some more hearts. And hi Adela. So today it is like 67, 68 degrees in West Texas. It's a little breezy, but it's nice. It's a nice day. Yesterday we had some warning saying we were going to have like baseball-sized hail. It never happened, thank goodness. So we got just a tad bit of rain out of it and some wind. But other than that, it kind of slid past us, which we're always thankful for, because I don't really want baseball-sized hail hitting my car. I don't have a carport yet. Hi, Carol. How are you? I used one of your things again, Carol, and a book I was doing. I'm doing that 100-day journal thing, and it's over there, and it's taking up space. It's growing so big. But we don't have very many days left, actually. We only got almost not quite 3 weeks left. So, but I don't know. It's just kind of an ideas journal, really. So I stopped off, on Friday. I think we did this page Friday, and we did the pockets that we turned upside down so the wording was right, and put some lace on the horse, and then we scrunched up that, made a couple pockets there. So I think we're in this area here now. So let me find my hand over here to see if it'll help us hold it shut. This is a one signature book. Remember, for anyone who didn't see the starting of it, this was a hardbound book that somebody sent me, Deborah Haskell actually. And I believe, I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I think this is a just in print. I can't swear by it. But I Mod Podged that on, and we did that like a month ago, and I just kind of left it there. And then we put the signature together, and we added the inside cover, and glued that on. And this is, like I said, it's a hefty one signature. It's like 20 pages, but it is a big one. But it's only going to be the one. And the only thing that's really causing us any trouble is I put those flat back pearls on them, and they're pretty thick. And so that's really the only thing that's causing us to have the real thickness so far. But we'll see where we get going. Hey there. How are you? Your Craft Cottage. Gazelle, how are you today? So where are we again? Right here. Yep. So I was going through, because, I'm getting ready to open up that little shelf thing in the booth. And I was going through papers and stuff, and I saw this. It's a calendar, and but it's a pretty neat cowboy calendar. So I'm going to, I could kind of crease it and make it fit like this, but I don't think I like that idea. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it out and just put it right here. And then on the back side, it's got 3 other cowboys, and it says Cowboy Artist Calendar. And I either have to choose one side or the other, because I lose the horse if I do it. I do love this old barn. So let me trim it out. because we're gonna have to cut it anyways. I can't decide if I want the Bronco, you know, the Bronc rider, the guy's breaking a horse here, or if I want the barn. I'm not gonna get all of the barn in anyways. Why do they have to do that? That's the only thing about artists that, the only thing that kind of bothers me is they always want to put their main idea in the center, which is beautiful when you're making things, I guess, but when you're wanting to make a junk journal out of it, you got to fold it, and you lose half of it. So, hi, Monica. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Donna. Hi, Bev. How are you today? How is it over there in Wales, West Wales? Hi, Debbie. Thank you for kicking out the cow patties. So I think we're gonna go with the Bronco. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it. Just gonna cut it. Cut it. Because it's not gonna fit all the way on my page. So we're just gonna cut it down. And I haven't decided if I want to cut the border off the bottom of it yet. But I think I probably will, because it's got a hole on the top. But I think that's kind of neat right there. So I think I will cut the top and the bottom off. And I like it. I like it. So what did everybody do for the weekend? Kind of crazy. All the normal people that I would normally watch, you know, took Mother's Day off. We ended up going to dinner at a Mexican restaurant last night with my daughter and one of her daughters, my granddaughter and a grandson. So now, do we want to make it as a pocket or not? Now we have to make. Hi, Penny. How are you? I know I could have photocopied it, but I didn't. But that takes, you know, that takes preparation to do that. I could take a photo of it, but I've already cut it up now, so. But yeah. I mean, I could have still used that in Cowboy Artist kind of, but I like the Bronco. I like the Bronc. So I'm okay. I still have other pieces of the calendar that we can still use. I'm just deciding now whether or not I want to make it a pocket. So I think I do, or yeah, pocket. Is that what I'm talking about? Yeah. Let's make it a pocket. Where do we want our notch? We want it. You don't always have to have your notch in the middle, you know. You don't always have to have it in the middle. And I think I'm going to do it at the top, like that. So sometimes, you know, you don't want to put a notch in the middle of. I love having my shelf right here. I should turn the camera and let you guys see what I have in front of me. I love that shelf. But let's see. So we did have a good weekend. I watched my one great-grandson on Saturday. And he kind of wore me out a little bit just because, you know, I've had my foot surgery, so I was pleasantly happy that he didn't step on my foot at all. So I was really happy. Hi, Renee. How are you? Too late. Yeah, I know. It's always too late. And I do things so, you know, like right off the bat, you know. It's how my brain works. I get an idea and I go boom, 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 and I don't even think about it, you know. That's just how I work. But today I went and got my CAT scan of my lungs. I'm like, what the heck? I think my doctor is just trying to figure out how to make money. But what gets me is I had a $200 copay on it, or $260 copay. I'm like, that's my grocery money. I don't have anything wrong with my lungs, and I just spent $260 for my doctor to make money. I should have just said no. So I ended up buying this. It's a Barnyard bingo card set. I think I got it at Walmart. And I just thought it was cute. I thought it was a cute can. I might do a little journal in it and sell it. But it has these little cute cards in it. And I thought, well, that would be fun to put in a pocket or two, you know, kind of deal. So I'm just going to stick that in the pocket. But it's a cute can. And I bought it for the 10 because sometimes I do those mini Mondays with Christy Sloan. And I thought, well, that would be a cute mini Monday kind of deal. So, and then I'm working on another journal. I want to do Alice in Wonderland. I have all my pages now, I think. I ended up buying something off of Etsy to do it. But I cannot for the life of me come up with a cover. And then I was laying there last night in bed and I thought, oh, I have gigantic playing cards. Well, not gigantic, but, you know, big playing cards. I bought them for fun. And I thought I can make the cover out of the giant playing cards. So I think that's what we're going to try and work on Friday. I think. If I don't start it in my event. I'm in 2 events this week. So I might even start it in an event. And we can save maybe a little bit of this. And I'm not going to throw it away just yet because I maybe want to make it as a little belly band yet. So don't throw away your stuff. So somebody had already, this is from March of 1991, somebody had already cut out this, wasn't me. And I thought, okay, well, we can cut out the rest of it and use it. And this is part of the calendar. And it was gifted to me. And if you're on here and you gifted it to me, you can tell me because I don't know who gifted it to me. So I think that would be cute too as like, because look, this guy's over here roping, you know, and then this could be the 3 guys or the 4. There's one. Are they roping him? No, there is something down there. There's a cow or a horse. But it's taken 5 people to get this 1 cow down. So I think it might be cute to put over here. And it's like, okay, he's chasing him. And it's the same kind of concept. It's just more colors. So, but what did you guys do for Mother's Day? Did anybody have to cook on Mother's Day? That's the only thing. My daughter said that she made breakfast for one of her daughters lives with her and like one of my great grandsons. And so they made breakfast over there. And he's my great grandson. He's a little sick right now, so we're separating the children, you know, so they don't all get it on the ranch because, you know, there's 3 great grandkids on the ranch. And we don't want it spread all over everywhere because we got a baby. I like it in the center. I'm not going to make it a belly band or a pocket. I'm just going to put it down there. But anyway, so my daughter split up her Mother's Day, you know, between 2 of the kids. So last night, my grandson, one of them, I don't know where the other one was. Where was that Cody Bodie at? He didn't show up either. But one of my grandsons came, and my granddaughter and her 2 babies, her 2 little ones came. And we ended up going and getting Mexican food because it was like the only place we could find that had any room. Because Mother's Day is like the busiest day. Hi, Karen. How are you? Yeah, I refuse to cook too on Mother's Day. I'm like, forget it. I'm a mom. I'm a mom, a grandma, and a great grandma. Why should I have to cook? So when I got in the car, my son-in-law said, well, you got any ideas where we could go? And I'm like, well, there's always Huddle House, which is kind of like a Denny's. He goes, so that's where you want to go? And I said, no, I'm just saying that's our last resort. There's always Huddle House. You know, we can't find anything. So, but we ended up going to a Mexican restaurant, and it was actually pretty good. Their chips and salsa was great. So I love the texture of this paper. It's really kind of almost like, I don't know that texture. It's fun to rub my hands on it, though. I don't know what it's made out of. It's almost like it's, well, this side feels like real paper, but this side feels like it's been, I don't know if you can see like the shininess on it, but it's got a texture on it. So it's really nice. Hi, Debbie Haskell. There you are. She's the one that gave me she sent me the book, and it was just a blue book. It had already been gutted. And that's where we started with. So let's see. I have this green cattle guy. So I think we can green up the page and put this in there and get it to fit. And we're going to do that. So I'm just going to kind of cut it up a little bit more. Get all of the, I teased the dogs and they're outside the door now. So if you hear them, that's the dogs waiting at the door for me to open it back up. I thought, yeah, I just want a few minutes by myself, my friends. Sorry, cow, we're going to have to cut you in half. Yesterday, when we were getting ready to go to dinner, we were leaving, and the ranch around the corner from us had some escapees. So, and we had some big old thunder and lightning and, you know, the whole works. And so most of the cattle around us, and my horse wasn't very happy. But they were saying that we were going to get baseball-sized hail. Luckily, we did not. But when we drove around the road, this cow was out, and it was like standing up against the fence, but he was on the wrong side of the fence. He's like, don't hit me with the lightning. But we just thought it was cute. This has a cut right there, but I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to glue it down. And then I'm going to get some green Distress, and we're going to mix it with this brown and see what we get. So I have bundled sage, and I think that'll go good. So I usually use my blue, or I have one that I use for blues and greens. So I think I'm going to go with that first. And I'm just going to flip this over and use this side of it, just so I can distress with it. It's really not picking up much green. So let me rub it some more. Hey, you want some more books, covers? Well, I do. I only have one more of the ones that you sent me, so sure. Sure. But, I love using them. I was trying to find an Alice in Wonderland because I'm doing the Alice book, little golden book, but I couldn't find one, and I'm not going to spend $8 for a golden book that, you know, I can kind of get sometimes for 50 cents, but I didn't find an Alice yet. Of course, I really haven't, you know, that's not really fair for me to say too much because I really haven't looked because I've been kind of had to stay home. But I think the playing cards would be fun. I just don't know if I want to do it as a 3-hole ring because I don't know if those sell very much. And I'm making the books, you know, to go in my fun stuff. So let's see, where's that paper? I'm using it. Oh, that's my husband sneezing. Ooh, I like that green on there. I think that's perfect. I like it. And then it kind of brings back the brown. So it's got the brown, the kind of greenish sage, and then it's perfect too. It's bundled sage brushes. Where we used to live, we had a whole bunch of sage brushes. And sage is a wonderful thing. The sage brush, actually, the Indians have been using for hundreds and hundreds of years to help their bodies heal from things. And it's an amazing, but not the same sage as you would put in your Italian food. It's a different sage. Sagebrush and sagebush are two different sages. But it grows wild in the desert. And it's actually a, it's almost like the government has a thing on it to where you can't move it or use it or take it unless you have to, like because you're building or something like that. But it's protected. And that's because they know what good remedy it is. They don't want you using it. But so I like that, and I just, you know, made it a page. I didn't do anything fancy with it. We could add some of my dyed lace, but it is a cowboy, and do we want to cowboy him up more? That would be kind of cute. So, hi Dee, how are you? Hi Carol, I'm sending me a message. Ooh, please check it when I get off. Okay, I will. Hi Kristen, how are you? Hi Amy. How is everybody's day? I like it. Carol, did you send me these calendars? Carol likes to send me some goodie bags too. I like that on there. Let's see if I made it wide enough for the top too. I don't want to cover up the sage. I'm good. I'm good leaving the cowboy. But we got this page here we got to do something with because it's a oh, I'm like, oh. I saw this. I'll have to show you what I saw. So this was sitting there like that, and I thought, oh, I should put that off the side of this page like that. It's kicking off, but it wasn't even part of this. How funny! How funny what I saw. I was just thinking that Bronco guy. This Bronco. Actually, I'm going to take this off. This came from the book from Jamie. She sent it. But I want to see if I can get his, I don't know. Can't get the whole horse on there, but I really thought that would have been really cute to get him bucking off of this page. But we'll figure out something. I'll figure out another one. But this is a great book. She sent it to me so I could do just what I'm doing, you know, cut it up and using the pieces for it. So just trying to see if I can find something fun to stick on here besides just lace. And I'm just looking to see if there's like a tushy here to put on it. Those horses are beautiful. I love these picture books. I like her. I'm going to put Annie Oakley in here somewhere. This guy's riding he's riding a tornado or cyclone. Here we go. There's some guys that are riding. There's some guys riding. Barrel racing. Oh, well, let's go ahead and just put some lace on it at first, and then we'll come back. I had a squirrel moment there when I saw that. I do have one more book over here I've been tearing apart, too. So let's see if there's one. I got just a tail. I just want this tail end, like. I want the tail end. Oh, we got some cuties over here. We do have some cuties. Cuties. So this is another book that Jamie sent off to me. She picked up for me. And how many people have been behind one of these traveling trailers with a horse in it, and it's doing its number and it goes all over your car? I have. Okay, so here we've got a horsey that's bucking. So I might be able to cut him out and stick him on there. Let's see what we got. I hate that I can't read the comments anywhere else anymore, and I have to stick my finger up here. Don't believe you did? Okay. Well, I don't remember. Sometimes I think I should put names on it so I can, you know, identify. Okay. We're just going to spend our whole hour looking for pictures if I don't just make up my mind. Come on out of there. Come on out. But I want a bucking bronco. So I'm going to fussy cut real quick. I'm going to put my cap on my glue so we don't have that. And we'll just fussy cut this guy out real quick. And that was a real good, oh, I did 2 pages. I did not know that. That's a waste of, that was a waste of a cow or something. Sorry, horsey. Well, maybe I should use you then, since your head's cut off. You're facing the wrong way, mister. Man, I did 3 pages. I thought I only did 1. My goodness sakes. That was not very smart of me. All right, so I am going to, not even doing the fussy cutting of the right horse now. That made me kind of upset a little bit. I ended up cutting 3 pages at once. It felt like it was just one paper I was tearing out. And these 2 guys are not going to fit, so I'm going to go back to my idea of just having a bronc tushy on my page. Darn it. Darn it all. Darn it all. Has anybody done that? Or is it just me rushing through, not paying attention? I was not paying attention. He's got a little bit of a horse hairs up here that's raised up on his tail, so I'm trying to get those. All right, so let's find some lace. We'll put some lace down. This is some of the new lace that's going to be going in the sale pretty soon. And do I have my calendar in here yet? No. I can't even tell you what day I'm having it. I believe it's the 21st, but I can't swear to it because I don't have my calendar. And then I was going through pages yesterday, and this is how our internet used to be when I was growing up. This was my internet encyclopedia. My mom, some guy came knocking door to door, and she bought the set of encyclopedias for us. And we thought we were so smart because we had encyclopedias. This says 24 volumes delivered. I remember them being delivered too. And she bought hook, line, and sinker. We had them all the way until my kids were born. So, all right, let's get some fabric tack out. I remember my daughter used them in school before the computers really came out, when she was like in junior high school. The internet finally got there, and then they didn't want the encyclopedias no more. I'm leaving all these straggly strings too because I like it. I like the straggly strings. So now we're just going to put this horse's rear on top of it. And I'm going to make it a tuck. There's a horse's rear, maybe. It looked a lot better in my mind. Maybe I should have it on this side. There we go. We'll do it on this side. And we'll make it a pocket. So I'm going to just close this pocket up. And this is some old paper that was coffee dyed. And then I'm just going to make this a tuck. So I'm just going to put, let's just dress it though. Let's just distress it. And we'll go ahead and just put a little bit of glue along the edge right here. Or a lot, not a little bit, but just so it stays down good. And that'll be up against the lace. So now we have a tuck spot. We have a tuck spot and we have a pocket. So we can either do that or we can go here. We can do both. So now we have that page. So now we have another white page staring us in the face. I hate that. I don't like white pages staring me in the face. So what's everybody saying? Hi, Donna. Thank you for coming in. You hadn't said, I think everybody that's over 50 or over 60. Look, I cut that poor head off of that horse. I cut his poor head off. Poor thing. He didn't even deserve it. He did not deserve that at all. Didn't. Oh, there's his head. I wonder if I could glue his head back on. I can, if he'll fit on a page. I can glue his head back on. Oh, I'm going to try and save it. I will try and save his head and put it with him. So let me just let me just find a paper clip real quick, and I'm just going to put these two together so that way I can put his little head back on if I want to use him. We have this guy, and I think he would look good there. So let's see if we can find something on the background, and we'll put the shoer there. So I'm just going to look for a paper that I have over here in my stashes of papers. Trying to find something. Oh, we have this wood-looking barn. Let's see if that'll be all right. I was thinking this might be too dark, for it. So all I'm doing is flipping my page and giving me a, so I can just mark it. So, yeah, I was so horrible at it. I would have more fights with my mom. She'd go, look it up in the encyclopedia. And I'm like, how can I look it up in the encyclopedia if I don't know how to spell it? Because I was dyslexic. And so I didn't have a clue on how to find the words, kind of deal. And we would fight. Oh, we would fight so much. It was horrible. Horrible. But we survived, and I managed. My brothers, I had one brother that used to take an encyclopedia to the bathroom with him. And so we always joked that he was a jack of all trades because he'd just sit there and read the encyclopedia. So that still has a little bit of white. I did not do a very good job measuring, but that's okay because we will just stress the dickens out of it. But yeah, he would just take it and I'm like, excuse you, you can't just sit in there and read. There is people that need to use the restroom. But luckily for me, our childhood house had two bathrooms. One was, in my mom's bedroom, in hers. And then we had one for us kids. And my mom always because I was the only girl, my mom gave me access to her bathroom if the other one was full. I mean, I wasn't allowed to use it, unless the other bathroom was full. The other bathroom was full, I was allowed to use her bathroom. I felt a little bit of privilege there, being able to do that. So let's put the barn wood on. And this is kind of like cardstock. You love reading the dictionary? Did you love it because you wanted to know what the word meant? Or did you just want to know the words? I was horrible at the dictionary as well because of my dyslexia. And I don't like that about me, that I didn't fight it strong enough, to figure it out. But in my mind thinks of it, it reads phonic instead of, sounding out the words. I don't know how to sound out the words. Like phone. To me, phone should have been spelled F-O-N-E. It's like phone. Where did the PH come from? It's kind of like, why are you messing up people's brains? But, and that used to drive my mom crazy because she read every book in her, this is why I like fabric, or art glitter glue, because I didn't get it straight. I was able to pull it right back up. I have to apply more glue. That's no big deal. But it didn't ruin any of the papers. But, yeah, I'm not ashamed to say I can read, fine. But for me to search things, it's very hard for me. It's even harder for me to search on the internet because it always comes back and says, I don't know how to help you with that. I'm like, well, you can't help me. I don't know what I'm doing. I sue B. So, but I don't know how I got through college with a 4.0, but I did. I did. But I don't know how. Sometimes I'd have to read the same paragraph 5 times to figure out what the heck it was even saying. I'm trying to see if I can, yeah, I'm going to have to We're going to have to squeeze this baby on here. But yeah, I would have to read. And luckily for me, and I made friends when I started college. I made friends. I was older. I was old enough to be half of their mothers. And I'm still friends with a few of them, you know, to this day. And one of the guys, his name was Justin, and he would do, he'd love to do study groups kind of deal. So I said, okay, fine, I got the place, you know, let's do a study group. And we'd get 10 or 15 people over to do study groups and stuff. And I'd say, now what does that say again? Because once somebody read it to me and told me what it was saying, then I could retain it. But to retain what I was reading off the paper, to, you know, to take a test, whoo, it was hard. It was hard. But Justin, you know, he got me through it because he liked to do study groups. And then they would all talk about, you know, what we just read and all that kind of stuff. And then I would retain, I could retain the conversation in my brain. And I've been that way all my life. You know, I can almost, I mean, my brain's kind of full now because I'm old, but it's like I can still have memories of conversations with people, you know, that I had, you know, 50 years ago. But if I read it in a book, I wouldn't be able to put it 2 words together, you know, and say, woo. So, I don't know. Here I am making journals. You're a smiley pants. 4.0, I know. How did that happen? You know, it was kind of, not my teacher. My teacher's aide did not like me. He didn't like me at all. I don't know if because I was older than him. I don't know what. My teacher liked me, you know, for respiratory. She liked me. And I remember when I signed up to do it, she's like, I don't want to hear any crying. I'm like, okay. But I cried every day. I cried at home every day. I was like, I gotta do this. I sound like Sue B. I gotta do this. But I never cried. Well, I only cried. One day I cried in front of her, but my granddaughter had died, so that was a different story. But and then my mom died while I was in school. And I cried then too, but I said, I got to go. She goes, you can finish your test. I got to go. My mom's dying. She goes, and you better hurry your test. I hurried the test and I was able to leave. And I didn't make it. My mom died before I got there. But that, I think too, is God knew I couldn't be there, you know, for it. So, but anyways, got a squirrel. But yeah. It was hard. But anyways, back to this teacher. He didn't like me. So when I got a 4.0, I was on the dean's list, and he wouldn't even put me in. So when I graduated, I didn't get to walk with the dean's list people because he wouldn't put it on. And then after I got all my you know, all the things done, and I walked, and, you know, all the good stuff, I get this letter in the mail from the dean of the college, and he says, I don't know why you didn't walk on the dean's list. You were a 4.0 student. And I'm like, that's because my teacher didn't want me to walk with it. Not my teacher, the other guy. And like I said, I don't know why he was like that, but oh well. It didn't really matter to me because, you know, I was 50. You know, I mean, if I had been younger, I would have probably thought it. Our brains are incredible, aren't they? Yeah, they sure are. And you know what? I make up for it in different ways. You know, I've been able to, you know, look at pictures and make up a story. So I'm happy. I have one granddaughter, the one that we went to dinner with last night. She inherited it from me. You know, it is a trait. It's, you know, an inheritable problem. And she had a really rough time. So I'm just hoping it stops there and doesn't travel on to her children. But yeah, she inherited my dyslexia really bad. but she got help in school, so she wasn't. That's cute. That turned out cute. I like that on there. So, and I think I want to do this. Deborah, if you're still on, she sent me, I'm just going to cut it because it's too big over here. She sent me this stuff, and it's like a spool of stuff. I'm not sure. Somebody else, I think, once told me it's kind of like netting from something for Halloween or something. But to me, it just looks like a bunch of threads that got stuck in a gigantic sewing machine. And they sold it. But I think that'll be cute, and it'll look like he's eating some hay. So I'm just going to try and see if I can put a little bit of this brown on it, and just to get it a little bit duller color. And make it look more grassy than it is white. You know, it's kind of a cream color. But I love it. I use it all over the place on stuff. But she gave me this big old thing of it. But doesn't that look like a little bit of hay there piled up on the corner? I think it's cute. We're going to do it. So anybody got any really good plans for this week? I have a full calendar. I'm in an event tomorrow. I think I'm on at 4 o'clock. No, maybe I'm on at 10. I have it on my calendar. Let me go check my calendar real quick. But, and then Wednesday, I think I get to, tomorrow I'm on at 3 p.m. And then on Thursday, I'm on at 4 p.m. And this is Central Time. And then on Friday, I'm on at 2 p.m. So on Wednesday, I think I get to, ooh, look at that. I can see comments. Wednesday, hi, Rebecca. I'm sorry. I get to get rid of my boot, I think. So, woo-hoo-hoo. Everybody pray. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just shy about it because I'm so afraid that the dogs are going to step on it because it's not 100% healed. It really isn't. And so I'm hoping she's going to let me get off of the boot, but I don't know. I'm not going to lie to her. I'm not going to say it's healed when it's not, because it's not healed. Okay, here's June's calendar. Well, we have used up this calendar real good. So let's see what we want to do. This page has already got a print on it. It's just really faint print, but there's writing and stuff for people to journal on it. And can you guys see what I'm doing? I don't know. Let me put you down just a little bit more now that we're almost halfway, 3/4 of the way done for the hour. But I like that. So now it looks like he's chewing up on some hay. He's doing his shoes. Speaking of that, I got to get the guy out to do my horse. He doesn't wear shoes. My horse is barefoot, but he needs a trim. He needs a pedicure. So what do we want to do here? I really want to incorporate the cotton. I don't know. We haven't really done any belly bands. So I could trim this writing on this fence thing. I could trim that and use that as a belly band. Let's see what else we got here in our stack of fun stuff I pulled around. I have all these papers pulled out. This is a little bag we made. I don't know yet if I want to put it in here or somewhere else. There's some French paper that I was looking for earlier. I'm doing that 100-day bag thing. We needed French paper. Here's some button stuff. I'm just trying to find something that would make a really cool belly band. And so far, I haven't found anything. I do like this. We could cut this like this and have this barn as a belly band. Let's say we try that. Let's say we do it. It's got a little chicken running around. Tulips are my most favorite flower. Daisies and tulips and sunflowers. Those are my 3 favorites. But daisies were my favorite when I was growing up. Sunflowers have always been, you know, I don't know one person really that doesn't like a sunflower. And tulips are my grown-up flower. I used to have wooden tulips planted in my garden. Okay, so let's cut the white off. That's going to make a really nice belly band, I think. It's a little wide, but that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be wide. It's okay to be what you want it to be. So, oops, that's the fold of, you know, this is why Jimmy Lou would say, get your ruler out. Get your ruler out. I haven't seen Jimmy Lou on. Sean. Hi, Sharonda. How are you? Hi, Dee. Thanks for coming in. I hate looking up like this at it, but I'm not. The last thing I see over on my comments is, oh, yeah, it's Rebecca. That's the last comment I can see on my laptop. Everybody's been having that kind of problem, I think, trying to see their comments in two places. Now, we can make this a side pocket, but I really think it would be pretty as a belly band. It's going to be a wide one, but I'm okay with that. I love the barn. I love the color. I love it, I love it, I love it. So like I say, all my books are, well, not all of them, but most of my books are all up for sale. If you want one, you can just message me. But most of them I'm getting ready to go put in for sale at a venue that's a consignment store. I'm putting a shelf up. And I'm going to put my red dirt lace papers and all my pretties and all that good stuff. I think this would look pretty with some lace on the outside of it like that too. And so I think we'll do it. My brother he does art work too. He does painting. So he's going to put some of his artwork on my shelf to make it look pretty. We'll see. We'll see if it works. So I like that. I think that kind of makes it look good. I'm going to push it in as much as I can, kind of, just so it'll be easy to get the papers in and out. So it says Penny's watching. Now it's back to all of that good fun stuff. I hope everybody has a fantastic week and everybody's recouped from Mother's Day. My girlfriend that lives in California, I can't believe her kids. Her grown children went to their father's house on Mother's Day to visit with their father. And I'm like going, excuse me, that's rude. And then I said, well, maybe you'll get them on Father's Day. Maybe they'll come to your house on Father's Day. He was surely not around when they were growing up. So I'm like, I just don't get it. But, and then it's not like they don't live close enough. Calling them out on Facebook. I'm calling them out. They hurt their mama's feelings. So that's a cute little belly band, I think. That turned out really cute. I'm just trying to make sure there's no seeping glue before I turn the page. I like it. You guys like that page? I think it turned out cute. That's kind of what our barn looks like in a way. Not really. Ours is red and it's falling down. It's falling down and the chickens live in there. So I'm not sure what we're going to do on this yet. So I'm going to skip past it. We still have 10 minutes. But look at that. We got a whole... Oh, that's because I did that. Yeah. We could actually make this into a pocket by just gluing it. Because this is our center. And it's off kilt perfectly. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to notch it. I'm thinking. I'm hard at work thinking. I'm going to have to trim it a little bit because the paper's not even, but I think that's what we're going to do. Let me get a notcher so people who will know that it's actually a pocket. Where do we want to put the thumb hole? Up here in the sky. So we'll do that, and that'll be nice. And then I'm going to put glue down these two sides, and then I'll have to trim that a little bit because it's just slightly off. It didn't get on centered. So, says Debbie says, I am here. Let me refresh this page real quick, and then maybe I can see more comments. I hate doing it, but I hate missing everybody's comments. So now I'm back to Sharonda. I follow you. Okay. What are you going to do? It says Crafter's Choice, but you know, I only do journaling. I might start that Wizard of Oz. I might start it. If I can, when I get done with this, I'm going to go see if I can get those cards out and see if I can make it work into a cover. And if I can make it work in a cover in my head, I might start the Wizard of Oz book. Because then I could do that for both days. But I do craft too, but I'm so into this journaling. So I'm just doing is trimming this. It kind of got a little wonkadoodle, so I'm just kind of trimming it out a little bit and meeting it back at the corner there. And then now that side looks pretty good. So it's stuck to my finger. So if you get something that gets wonky like that, don't think anything about, trimming it. Just trim it. It's your book. It's better, I think, to trim it and have it to where you can't see it on the other side. Nobody's going to, take that and put I don't think anybody's going to do it and say, oh, look, she got that page sideways. They might. You never know. I really want to get that little notch off of there. It's like that same girl that I was talking about where her daughters didn't come. One time she tried to trim her bangs. And by the time she was done, she had bangs all the way up to the forehead. That was so crazy. Her bangs weren't even like a ½ inch long. Okay, so that's cute. We're going to go ahead and just kind of distress that a little bit. So that's a nice little pocket on that side. And on this side, we have to do something. So let's see. This might be a good place for me to use this whole page of the cotton count. So I think I'm going to do that. So that's what this is cotton. It's like I asked Lisa Siegel from Vintage Roots Digital Designs if she could come up with some papers that are like for cotton and counting and all that kind of stuff. Because we're like out in the middle of the cotton fields out here. A bunch of ranches out in the middle of cotton fields. So let's go ahead and get all the white off of this while we can. So yeah, I have a busy week. Busy week. Busy. I have Bible study tonight. And now that I can drive myself, I don't have any excuse not to go. So I'm gonna go. I like going. I don't like leaving the house. I'm really a hard person to get me out. But once I'm out, I'm okay. Once I get out of the door and in the car, then I'm all right to be gone. But to get me going places, I don't really like to go. I just I don't know what it is. I'm satisfied staying home and not having to go do stuff, I guess. But like I said, once I get out the door, I'm all right. Perfectly fine. That's quite a mess going on my desk, and we all know Liz can't work with a mess. So I think we're good on this side. I did tear that a little bit, but that'll that'll glue back down. All right, we're gonna do it. Now, do we want to make it? I think actually I'm gonna do something. What is it I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rip. I'm gonna rip it. Do I want to rip it with this? I'm gonna make a pocket out of this side. So I'm just matching up the bottom of my ruler to the bottom of my table here, so I know I'm in a straight line. And I'm just gonna lift this and rip. We'll save that. We don't know. And then we'll distress this side. Because this side of the book is pretty. That pretty paper. I use that pretty paper to back up my So we'll glue that side down all the way. And then we'll make this side a pocket. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan to me. So my phone still says, Penny's watching. Now, I don't know if that's because I got onto my computer and read or not. I don't know. Who knows? Ooh, that's a beautiful picture. Somebody posted a picture of a beautiful barn on my laptop. I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. Squirrel moment. You decide, yeah, you're like me. You decide right before you go. Okay, this side gets glue all over. That's what I like. Sometimes I'll do like 4 or 5 things in my head, and I'll won't pick what I'm going to do until I'm only gluing my paper up until my fold mark. But sometimes I'll change my mind 3 or 4 times before an event. Sometimes I have it completely worked out in my head all the way from beginning to end. Sometimes I just wing it. It just depends. It just depends. I want to get that on straight. Please. Please. Why are you not lining up? This paper on the back is curled. It's got a curly Q haircut. So there we go. We got that down. And then, like I said, I'm kind of new to the Stand Tall group, kind of deal. And most of the people in the Stand Tall, they actually do. I think there's very few of us that do. Oh, I got that off. I'll have to trim that. But most of them do actual crafts, I think. So, I don't know. I mean, I do have something I could craft with. I mean, I started my crafting page, a couple of years ago as a crafter, and then I had to start the page over. And when I started the page over, I started liking junk journaling. So I've really done nothing but junk journaling since I started the page over. And so I'm like, I do know how to craft. I like that. I love the cotton, the thing that she made for me. I am going to trim. I need to put some glue on my corners here. And I'm thinking of taking a little bit more of this thread. Like I said, I don't want to pull it all the way out, because if I do, it'll just go everywhere. But wouldn't that be kind of fun to make like a bale of cotton? Maybe I can even... It's just weird stuff. It's just weird. It's almost like, I could put it like that and have it going along the side, and it's like a cotton cap. I love it. I love it, so I'm going to use it. So I'm just taking the fabric tack and running it along the edge and hoping it will pick up some of those threads, right? And this is like cotton. And like I said, we live right out in the smack dab middle of all the cotton fields. They're all just red dirt right now. There's nothing coming up on the ground. But I have thought many of times, do you think the guy would get mad if I went over there and snipped some of his cotton? But I haven't. I did pick up a little bit that was left over on the side of the road when they did their cotton picking. And I was joking about it's cotton picking time because everybody was out picking cotton. They got machines that do it now. They don't do it by hand anymore. But I love that on there. I think that looks so cool. I thought, well, Sue, you're the one that got me into the group. So why are you not in the group? How come you didn't? You're the one that told me to get in the group. You're the one that invited me into the group. So why aren't you doing them? I thought you were doing them. So get back in it. But I like that. So let me bring the camera back up because my hour is over. I like to keep my lives at an hour. So let me get my hair. It just does what it wants to do. And I will see everybody tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And so everybody that's going to be watching on the Stand Tall, you can just watch everybody on the page. I'm not sure what time it starts, but I know, I think it starts like at noon or something like that. So everybody gets some hearts for coming in and saying hi to me. And then if we don't work on this, I will work on it on Friday. So I will do something probably different during the events. But that's what we got so far on it, and we have to figure out a closure for it. So you haven't done it in a while. Well, get back in there. I think they're looking for somebody tomorrow for a fill-in because they had somebody get out. So go find it, Sue, and see if you can do a fill-in. Because as far as I know, it was still looking for somebody today. So talk to you guys all soon. See you tomorrow. I hope you can watch tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central for me. 2 o'clock for Giselle. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Thank you for crafting with Nani.